Black supremacists, Nati-Sisia, join the website www.kingnobleuncensored.com. We're talking about YouTube monetization today and the demonetization of a lot of YouTubers' accounts. Now, there is absolutely nothing wrong with this. This should be expected. You should expect that your enemy is going to try to cut off your funding whenever and every time he can. However, a lot of you and a minority of you actually believe that you can build a black nation off of white economic empowerment, that you want to call black economic empowerment. The rest of you really aren't interested in building no real black nation in the first place. You're just playing and pimping the people, a lot of people. And the others, are just in it for the money, putting out that drama, right? But some people actually believed that they could do both. They really believed that they could put out a pro-black, black nationalistic message, and that YouTube was just going to pay them money month after month for the videos that they put out and that they distribute, right? With the views and the topics that they want to touch on, that really goes against the entire system and the entire matrix of white supremacy. Those few people really believe that. Then you have the majority of people, they was getting paid because they're putting out controversial messages. They're putting out lies, rhetoric, all type of foolishness. But they were getting their money. They was getting paid for that, right? But because they still had to keep touching on this pro-black nationalistic type stance and message, now they're affected. Those people are going to be affected, right? As for the people who thought that, we're really going to build Black Wall Street and that YouTube is going to intentionally help and support us, those people, they kind of need a wake-up call. Because YouTube is not going to help you to do that. At least not with openly separatist type of views and that can be looked at as controversial or hate speech. And controversial is such a vague term that anything you do as a black woman or a black man can be looked at as controversial. At best, YouTube can be used to put out the information that we need to awaken and to enlighten each other and one another and ourselves, and to take it when we can as it comes. But not to have a real invested economic plan, where YouTube is the sole funder and provider, right? Or where a platform that is run by people who are openly against us are really going to support us. It's bad for business. It's bad for nation building. It's just poor judgment and decision making. If you haven't already seen King Noble's video on King Noble on donations versus monetization, again, go and check it out, right? And just to touch on that, I remember when a lot of people were making fun of King Noble for asking for donations. And as a matter of fact, it even happened to me a very, very long time ago. I was asking for donations on one of my websites. And, black people have a problem with supporting each other. They have a problem with seeing a donation request or hearing one, right? And they will ridicule you and make fun of you. But then all of a sudden, now everybody is asking for a donation. You can't go almost on any really pro-black person's page and not see a request for a donation. But a lot of these people that are asking for donations are also getting AdSense, and you can't watch their video without a commercial every 1 minute. And it's like they'll break the video down into a whole bunch of intervals where it's like every few minutes it's a commercial, right? to the point where now you got YouTube Red. If you don't want to see the commercial, now you got to pay. So it's like, you know, we can't really get the message that we need with this type of interruption and this type of mind control, because it's still a form of mind control. We're not watching television, yes, but it's like if you are seeing the same commercial 50 times, you forget what the entire 1 hour video that you were just watching was all about. And all you can remember is that, you know, this or that restaurant has this or that chicken or this or that, item for sale. So we need to get back to basics, right? We really want to build a Black nation. We really want all the things that we say that we want. We want liberation and freedom. That has to be free. Our liberation and freedom has to be free. We have to give freely to each other. We have to freely support each other. We have to freely provide this information. We have to be able to be in a space where we can freely, acquire this information in order to distribute the information freely. And we can only do that by supporting each other, right? And not trying to cut off these lines of support from each other. Because a lot of the information that is coming out, are that we need to really get to the next level. It's not going to sit well with this. It is going to be controversial. It may be looked at as hate speech, but there's going to be jewels in that message that's going to activate inside of us, right? To jumpstart whatever it is inside of us that's going to take us to the next level. And if we can't speak this type of message because it's not going to be approved, and because you want to get paid so you can buy, the latest Jordans or T-shirt or, a vehicle or something, or, that message ain't going to get heard right away like that. So we got to be able to really determine, what is it that we really want? Do we just want to, live good in America? Live good in white supremacy? Or do we really want to create our own manifestation and our own reality of what it is that we want? Because we can do it, right? But we can't be doing it. And it's like you kind of can't want both. You can't want your freedom and liberation at the mercy of somebody else. It's like, it's not going to happen. So that's kind of what happened with the whole YouTube thing. At first we could come on there, we could watch hours and hours of Phil Valentine and Bobby Hemmett uninterrupted, undisturbed, really opening up your chakras and your pineal gland and really getting into this message. And, you could play this thing all night long. You could play playlists all night long, uninterrupted. You didn't have to reach for your phone or your computer and, skip the ad. You could just get the message. You could just get the information, get the download, upload, get the inner formation, right? And manifest it outwards. But now it's like every time you get in, every time you really get in deep, it's like, here comes a commercial. To the point where you're like, you know what? I don't even want to watch the video anymore. Or you might click on the ad and it takes you out of the video. So now it's like, then you get distracted. And it's like, it's kind of irrelevant because the ads have nothing to do with the video. And these people are getting paid for stuff that don't even really relate to our content. It's like if you put up a video and you're really talking about some pro-Black ascension, Black spirituality, Black upliftment type of information, what commercial is there for that? What commercial is going to relate to that? They're not going to, it's like, sure, we have Black businesses and they can get in and they could, post their little ads and their little stuff. But it's like, even as far as that is concerned, that's not going to be broadcasted across the entire YouTube, or as that's not going to go out as, so even the Black advertisers are not really going to bank on being an advertiser. And, truth be told, that might be the only kind of solution to the problem, is if Black advertisers replace all these companies that have boycotted YouTube. But it's still kind of, you're still going to have a problem. Then the YouTube, those other YouTubers are just going to outright boycott YouTube altogether. And then YouTube is going to, it's going to have to let somebody go. And more than likely, it's going to be the Black person. It's going to be the Black business. So it's like, we can't really be putting, using these platforms as as a black economic plan and a real source of income for black nation building and black economics. It's not sound business. It's not sound black economics. It's not sound wisdom. It's not good for black business. It's not good for black nation building. We need a better system. And that system would be to really, truly donate and support each other. Otherwise the message is just not going to get heard. But what is going to happen now is that you are going to see a separation. You're going to see people who are going to either put out strictly entertainment and, drama type information that is going to go viral. Or you're going to see people really putting out that information that's going to really wake you up and really going to help our people, right? And that's the type of thing that needs to happen. And as far as having to reach the 10,000 views, if you are really serious about what you're doing, you're going to get there. You're going to get there. I don't know if you really want to still work with YouTube and, however this AdSense thing, because, once you get that 10,000, you're going to have to change up what you say and what you're doing. Right. So that's still something that's going to have to really worked out, because people are going to, it's like a lot of rappers, they come out, they got the natural hair, they all pro Africa, they all pro black people, but it's like once that money really start rolling in, now, I am not my hair, I am not my skin, now you see what would be considered innocence. That is gone. And now people are wondering, is this a role model for children or not anymore? Well, you are looking at a commercial billboard, for white supremacy. So you're still going to have to look out for these people who are talking about pro-black stuff when they just come in. But once they get them 10,000 views, and YouTube is knocking on their door saying, here's AdSense, but you can't do this, or that. You got to still watch out for that type of person. So definitely you need to support brothers like King Noble, people who are putting out a real message, who are undiluted, uncensored, not doing it for AdSense, right? Not doing it just because it's popular, and I can make a whole bunch of money if I just talk on this topic or not, because it could be done. It could be done. You could make a bunch of pages that's just going to get money, But at the end of the day, you're going to feel, a lot of people going to feel that emptiness. They're going to feel like, they haven't really did their people a service. They haven't really done a justice, to our people. And that's a decision that everybody's going to have to make for themselves if they decide to go down that road. But that's what I have to say about this video. Join the website, www.kingnobleuncensored.com. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to King Noble's channel at Lord Yeshna. And donate if you appreciate this message and if you like King Noble's message and if they help you out in any type of way. Peace.